All right, I did something that I thought was going to be amazing. Like legit, one of the most amazing experiences ever. I was really sick the other day and I was at my parents' house. Now, I don't have a bath. And I haven't had a bath in years. Literally since I was a child. And I thought to myself, I'm going to treat myself. Treat yourself! And I would have a bath. I ran a bath. I had an adult bath. And it was the single worst thing I have ever done. Okay, maybe not the worst thing, but it was so bad. So as a kid, right, having a bath was quite fun. You got into this ginormous tub of warm, refreshing, soapy, bubbly water, and you had toys, and you had a great time, and your entire body fit into this bathtub. Flash forward 20 years, when you're sick and you want to have that exact same experience that you remember as a kid. And the following in no way met that expectation. Having a bath as an adult is horrific. It really rams home that point that you have gotten bigger and fatter. So I run a bath. I'll just feel it how I used to feel it as a kid, as a tiny, skinny, short, little kid. So I ran the bath, maybe about 2/3. I was like, oh, treat yourself! I'm so ready for this. Oh, I'm so ready. I get in. Now, one thing as a child you don't really realise is water displacement. When you're 25 kilos and literally the size of a peanut, you get into a bath, there is no water displacement. That's not a thing when you're a child. But as an adult who has put on 75 extra kilos than he should have, water displacement becomes a bit of a big deal. So I get in and I try to sit down. Now, before I fully immerse myself in the water, the bath starts to overflow from the sides, really ramming home that point that I am fat and I've put on more weight than I should have. So I pull the plug out a little bit and look around, wait for the water to go down, and I sit down. Well, at least I try to sit down. My body no longer fits in the bathtub. When you're a tiny little kid, it's a fun game to play, is to lie down and float in the bath, and your whole body is in the bath, and your feet don't even touch the side, and your head's resting on one side, your arms are just flailing about. As an adult, my head was crammed up in the corner and my ass could barely get under the water and it was touching the other side of the bath. Yay! So I'm lying there in this warmish water and it was relatively nice, except the lower half of my body was completely hanging outside of the bath, touching the freezing cold tiles. I thought to myself, well, I'll just give, the top half of my torso 5 minutes and then I'll sit up and give the rest of my body another 5 minutes. I'm lying there, I'm literally like this. My ass, I can't put my arms by my side because there's no room in the bathtub because I ate one too many donuts and bags of chips and McDonald's and KFC. Treat yourself! I'm squeezed into this bathtub so tightly that when I breathe in, my lungs expand and compress against the sides of the bath. I'm struggling to breathe. Bugger this. I sit up. As I sit up, like throwing a boulder into a lake, the water ripples and another inconceivable amount splashes outside onto the bath mat, which is already soaked from when I previously got into the bath. So I'm sitting there contemplating my life and how I let myself get to where I am. And then I see something that could make it all better. A bath bomb. Oh my God, a bath bomb? These things are magical. I've seen YouTube videos of bath bombs. Yes, I'm gonna have the best time. I'm gonna put this bath bomb in and be safe. I take it and I put it into the bath. Good-um. Is that it? Is that what it does? Has it finished? Has it started? What's it doing? It's just floating around the bath. What do I do? Do I touch it? It's turned the water a gross green colour. Where are the bubbles and the beautiful scents and where's the fizziness and where's the luxuriousness of this bath? Then I sat there for 4 minutes as this bath bomb floated around the bath and really did nothing but turn the water a disgusting green. And then I was pretty much done with the bath and I didn't really want to get out. So I pulled the plug out and I sat there as the water drained. Now you might remember as a child doing the same thing, and you'd feel a little bit heavy and the pressure of the water would sort of make your body feel different. As the water drained from the bath, you returned back to your former weight. No longer was the buoyancy of the water supporting you. Now, as a 20-kilogram child, that really didn't do anything. But as a 100-kilo man, blob, you really feel how heavy you are. Suddenly, you're not so buoyant. And as the water slowly drained from the bath, the pressure that my body placed on my spine was quite immense. Slowly, you start to really get back to the weight that you once were. And you feel like you've just stood on Jupiter where the gravity is just so severe. Your spine closes in on itself and it's so excruciatingly painful. Then the water's all gone from the bath and you're sitting there. And you've come to the realization that you can't get out. Not because you don't want to, but because you're old. And it's really hard to get out of a slippery bath without practically killing yourself. So you sit there and you cry. And you no longer were the former skinny child that you used to be. You're now a bag of skin with serious issues underneath, like joint failure, mental problems, the inability to cope with things like eating normal food or portion control. And a bath really lets you know that your life is not together as an adult. Flash back to when you're a child and you think, God, I can't wait to be a grown-up. And when you're in the bath, you flash back to when you were a child and you wish you were still a child. And you wish you could still fit in the bath. Okay, I'll be alright. I'm just going to stop now and